Right, I'm not going to go through the gangsters because they're going to be wanting that thing, aren't they? So we need to try to make ourselves out through the street here. So you're not as dumb as I look.
The cobbles of the alleyway looked very distant and very hard.
Can I not? I don't go to the front door because those guys are going to hit me. Let's have a look at this parchment then. Okay, let's go back into his room then. Fine. Be like that.
The cobbles of the alleyway looked very distant and very hard.
You know what? I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. You know why? Because what I want to do...
I knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
There we go. And we go back in. Go in. And then we go through. I'm such an idiot at times. Let's get out of here. Let's make like a tree and leave. Woohoo. Search me again.
Hold it right there. Search him again, lad.
Well done.
Nothing, Guido.
Okay, let him go.
Let him go. Let's go this way. Just pick you up.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed. I couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out.
Let's get going. Back in Nico's apartment.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi.
Hello, George. Come in.
George.
Come in. Ha ha. Sit down. Let's have a conversation.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Not anymore. There was someone. A guy in my final year, but it didn't work out. Neither did my degree.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking?
Ooh.
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times. Warm and
Tiny
safe in
cottage.
their tiny cottage. My grandfather rolled cigarettes while grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his scrolling. He put the lid back on his tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. With his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do.
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever.
He was weird.
I wish I was back in that cottage instead of this crummy apartment in this noisy city.
Okay, let's show you the matchbook.
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue. A name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir. I found this in the killer's room.
What is it? A credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him or the company.
Let's see if the buzzer works.
Hey Nico, shake hands with me.
No chance, Buster.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
Okay.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript.
Ooh.
Khan left it in the safe at the U-boot.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantar?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Ooh.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
Yes.
Their official seal was an image of 2 knights sharing a horse.
I did not know that.
Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the
On the
knight.
shield.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see
Well,
the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
Let's go anti-clockwise and then do the center, yeah? There's nothing on the edges, is there? Okay.
There's a woman looking at her reflection
Yeah, but
in
there's
a
more than
mirror,
one face.
but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the Wicked Queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall," wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid. Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter
Really?
Pan either.
Wow. Chicken.
There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover. It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
Got you there.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
Okay. Let's go center.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse. Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows
Yep.
about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval
Cool.
studies. His name is
Lobino.
Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Krone Museum. I'll give you the
Thank you.
address.
Let's take another look at the
One more look.
manuscript.
Can we do anything else? No, okay.
Look there.
There's a woman, but and the night through my... They're between...
Okay.
I have to go.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobino at the Krun Museum.
That's where we're going. Let's go and talk to my lovely lady friend over here with the flowers.
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome
Hello.
friend.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, but I can tell you one thing. There's no such place as the Club à la Moute in Paris.
Okay, thank you very much.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Oh, what a hunk.
He's a killer.
I can see that.
As I say it all.
Stay calm.
Okay.
See you later.
That's right, monsieur, you will.
Okay. So the museum, the police department, Rue Jerry, and Cafe Velvet. And I can't go there. Should we go to the museum? Should we visit the other place we've already been? Let's go to the museum. She takes us back, so let's go back to the museum. Okay, so I can just go inside the museum, that's fine. Ooh, lots of fancy things to look at. Let's back out. So we'll look over here first.
Attention! Please do not open the window, monsieur.
Don't you think it's kind of
So it is.
stuffy in here?
Better stuffy than dead.
What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts?
Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo.
So what's the problem?
They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill. And the fat falls on the open flame. The amount of organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled. And it stinks like a funeral,
funeral
pyre.
pyre.
That is why I keep the windows
Okay.
closed.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century
Western
from
Ireland.
Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
I'll talk to him a second. Look at this thing first. What are you? Okay, I don't know why we did that.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
Take a long thing, yeah I did.
Watch out! You'll have that done on top of us.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Are you Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobino does
Yes.
work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it there. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
Can you give me any further information about
Yeah.
the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's
Cool.
infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John Dee.
What's the importance of John Dee's
Yeah.
tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains,
Not
and
tripods.
handcuffs. Not tripods.
Well, whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform
Yeah.
with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology. Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out
Yeah.
of the case? No! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
Okay, I'll give you that much.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John D. at all.
Most remiss.
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied art and did all my homework, I could be a professor
Why not?
of history?
At your age? Dream on.
That's mean. You mean?
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess.
Yeah.
They see the clothes.
Right,
They are
whatever, mate.
impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar, not like Monsieur Lobineau.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Oh no, I don't frequent places like that.
Okay, let's try the bus.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty.
No.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason
No.
why I should?
I guess not.
I'm gonna let you go.
Thanks for your help. As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
No, monsieur. No. No.
Okay.
Now, let's see if we can look inside there, because he's all the way over there.
Don't even think of climbing in there, monsieur. You'll be suffocated.
I always wondered how it felt to be a mummy.
Do you have a fetish about
Yeah, I do.
closets, monsieur?
I just love the smell of mothballs, I guess.
I'll leave rock that a second last time. Get this window. Now while he's distracted. Can I climb in and hide? Yes! Yes!
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
Oh well. That's that idea gone. So just open the window. Knock this thing over. Then go to the case, yeah? Look at that, Donald.
Watch out! You'll have that done on
That's
top
the
of
idea.
us! Watch out! You'll have that done on top of us! Watch out! Hey, no. No,
Okay.
monsieur. No. Which you must...
I'm sorry.
Watch out! You'll...
Will you just like bugger off? Will you give me a hint for this part of the game? Furnace away from me now. Ah, for God's sake. Okay. Let's try some of the other spots then. Let's try